I'm Marie Danis. I'm a school psychologist and a licensed professional counselor in the state of Connecticut. And I'm also a client of Green Mountain at Fox Run. I wanted to take a few minutes to just tell you what an amazing experience that I've had here. I'm 55 years old. I've worked on my weight since I was 5 years old. I was over 300 pounds when I came here, like really way over 300 pounds. Diabetic on short-acting insulin and long-acting insulin, and oral medication for diabetes and oral medication for hypertension. Actually, quite frankly, I think every organ was about to get its own specialist. I didn't move very much, couldn't take care of my home, and was terribly depressed hiding in my living room. My friends were harassing me and my doctors wanted me to do all sorts of things because they were desperate to get me to lose the weight. So I came to Green Mountain, mostly to escape my life, and I left work early and came here. My expectation here was simply that they could keep me away from the refrigerator and maybe I could get some rest. And hopefully, if they shoved a couple of carrots under my door, then I could lose the weight everyone was harassing me about. I found something very different here. I found that you weren't starving. I found that there was no diet. In fact, they discouraged dieting. I found there was plenty of food, healthier food than I had been eating, but I found that I was fuller and I had more energy when I ate that instead of the choices I was making at home. Movement was tough for me. For the first 2 weeks, I only did any kind of movement or what people call exercise in a chair. I remember the day, it was a Thursday in the second week, that I pushed that chair aside and I stood up and I exercised with everyone else and felt just as good. I think it was that moment that I shed my hopelessness and that there was a chance that I wouldn't always be losing the battle of the bulge. By the third week, I was on the floor with everyone, and although getting off the floor was not exactly pretty, I was able to do it. And the third thing that I met were the peeps, the other ladies here. They encouraged me, they supported me, they never judged me, they never told me I wasn't trying hard enough. They always welcomed me. I know that I'm not alone anymore. I don't know about you, but I have a real hard time accepting help. Real hard time trusting people. I felt like a failure for so long that I didn't think there was any hope. And the fascinating thing about here is they just treat you like a person. They don't treat you like a fat person. And they talk about needs and hopes and dreams and desires. It's a very different place. And I started to find out the more I was here, it was less about the food. And it was more about me taking care of my body, taking care of myself. And I had that right. So I hope you'll give Green Mountain at Fox Run a chance. It's a very different place. Oh, I forgot to tell you. By the 4 weeks that I was here, I was off my short-acting insulin and my oral medication. Week after I left, I was off my long-term acting medication. No hypertension medication. Quite frankly, I am not on any medications, except maybe an aspirin once in a while. And I'm under 300 pounds, which I hadn't been for over 10 years. I like the way I look, I like my body, and though I have a ways to go, and there are all kinds of sizes here, that doesn't matter. I like Marie Danis, probably for the first time in my life. It's kind of hard to admit. And you will too, if you give it a chance. Because when I finally accepted that food isn't love, and it hasn't been filling the hole in my heart all these years, it opened me up to real love, real peeps, real life. So, that's my story.